All right, so we're back for another deep dive. And today we're going to be looking at how the words we use can actually shape our mindset and affect our success.
Yeah.
And for this one, we're going to a popular YouTube video called 4 Words Blocking Your Success. And this is from the channel Awaken Your Potential.
Interesting.
And this video, it kind of focuses on these like little phrases that we say all the time, without even really thinking about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
But they could be holding us back.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? How much power our language actually has.
Right.
I mean, think about it. Our brains, they're constantly processing information, making all these connections,
Yeah.
and, forming patterns. And
Right.
the words that we repeat, they become kind of embedded in those neural pathways.
Okay.
And then that goes on to influence our thoughts and our feelings, even our actions.
So it's like, okay, so we're talking about mental training here. Like if I keep telling myself I can't, my brain's actually going to start believing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about believing it.
Okay.
It's about your brain actually looking for reasons why that belief is true.
Oh.
Like think about those fear and avoidance centers in the brain, right? They're there to, protect us from danger.
Right.
But when you say something like, I can't,
Yeah.
those centers light up
Oh, wow.
and they release all these stress hormones, putting you in this state of anxiety.
Oh, so it's a physical reaction.
It is. It
Oh,
is.
wow.
And then what happens is your brain starts looking for all the reasons why you can't do something.
Right.
And then, bam, you got yourself a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So instead of my brain focusing on like solutions,
Yeah,
it's actually looking for problems.
exactly. Exactly. You got it.
Wow. Okay.
And it's interesting. The video, it highlights this story about Jim Carrey,
Oh, right.
writing himself a $10 million check
Yeah.
before he was even famous.
Yeah.
Now, on the surface, it seems like, oh, just a simple little visualization exercise.
Right.
But when we think about the neuroscience,
Yeah.
we see something really cool happening here.
Okay.
By consistently visualizing this success,
Yeah.
he wasn't just dreaming.
Right.
He was rewiring his brain
Okay.
to actually look for opportunities that matched that vision.
So it's like those athletes, when they do positive self-talk to improve their performance,
Exactly.
it's not just like, they're not just being optimistic. They're priming their brains for success.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so the video suggests replacing I can't with I can achieve this and I deserve it.
All right.
And I really like that it adds that element of deserving.
Oh, absolutely. That's key.
Yeah.
That taps into our self-worth,
Right.
And when we believe that we're worthy of something, then our brains, they're much more likely to actually support us in achieving it.
Okay, so that makes sense. But what about those times when we're just like not feeling so confident?
Yeah.
The video also talks about the phrase "I would like."
Right.
Is that a problem too?
Yeah, I would like. It can be a bit of a sneaky trap,
Okay.
because think about it. It keeps us in that constant state of wanting,
Right.
always focused on what we don't have
Yeah.
instead of appreciating what we do have.
So saying something like "I would like to be more confident"
Yeah.
is actually just keeping me stuck in this cycle of wanting
That's it.
instead of actually being confident.
Yeah, exactly. And that feeling of lack,
Yeah.
it can really impact our behavior.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, you're at a networking event, right? And you're thinking, I would like to be more confident.
Right.
Well, you're probably going to avoid approaching people or speaking up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then that's just going to reinforce that lack of confidence even more.
Right, right. So the solution the video talks about is switching to I am or I have statements.
Right.
So instead of saying, I would like to be more confident,
Yeah.
I should say, I am confident, or
Yeah.
I have the confidence to connect with new people.
Exactly. Exactly. And by stating it as if it's already true, you're sending a powerful message to your brain.
Okay.
You're moving from a mindset of scarcity to abundance.
This makes sense, but I have to admit, sometimes I kind of feel like I'm fooling myself, when I use those affirmations,
Yeah.
especially when I don't see results right away.
I understand. And, it's important to remember that changing our language and our thought patterns, it takes time
Right.
and effort.
Yeah.
We're talking about rewiring years of, ingrained neural pathways here.
Oh, so it's like learning a new language. I'm not going to be fluent overnight.
Exactly. Exactly. It's all about consistency and repetition.
Okay.
The more you practice
Yeah.
using this empowering language, the stronger those neural pathways will become.
Okay.
And then the easier it'll be to actually shift your mindset.
So what's the next phrase we should be aware of? The video also mentions need.
Yes, need. I need.
What? What's wrong with that one?
Well, think about it. When you say, I need,
Yeah.
it creates this sense of urgency and scarcity.
Right.
It puts us in this constant state of striving,
Yeah.
never really feeling like we have enough.
That's so true. I'm always telling myself, I need more time, or I need to be more productive, or I need this, I need that. It's like a never-ending cycle.
It is, and all that feeling of need,
Yeah.
it triggers our stress response.
Oh, wow.
Leading to anxiety, overwhelm, even burnout.
So it's like I'm running on a hamster wheel
Yeah.
and never getting anywhere.
Exactly, never reaching that state of satisfaction.
Okay, so how do we break free from this? The video suggests replacing it with gratitude, right?
Right. Instead of saying, I need more time, try saying, I'm grateful for the time that I have.
Okay.
Or instead of saying, I need to be more productive, let's try, I'm grateful for the progress I've made today.
Okay, I can see how that shift in perspective could be really helpful.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on what I don't have,
Right.
I'm appreciating what I do have.
Exactly. It's a subtle change in language,
Yeah.
but it can have a big impact on our well-being.
Right.
And, there's actually research that shows that practice in gratitude, it can reduce stress.
Oh, wow.
It can improve sleep, and it can boost your overall happiness.
So by changing the words I use,
Yeah.
I can actually change my brain chemistry.
You got it.
And improve my mental and emotional health.
Absolutely. And the more we practice gratitude,
Yeah.
the more we'll start to notice things to actually be grateful for.
Right.
And it creates this beautiful, positive feedback loop.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah.
It's not just about the words themselves. It's about the underlying mindset they reveal.
Okay.
So I can't reflects a lack of self-belief.
Right.
I would suggests a scarcity mindset. And then I need keeps us stuck in the state of constant striving.
Yeah, you're getting it. You're really picking up on the key insight here.
Okay.
These phrases, they're not just isolated words.
Right.
They're symptoms of deeper thought patterns that are actually shaping our reality.
Wow.
Yeah.
So by changing my language, I'm adjusting those underlying thought patterns.
Yes.
And I'm creating a more empowering mental framework for myself.
Exactly. And the more we practice using this empowering language, the stronger those positive neural pathways become.
Okay.
And then it's easier to access those positive thoughts and feelings.
So we've covered 3 of the 4 phrases from the video.
Okay.
What's the last one?
The last one is, when I have, then I will.
Oh, the procrastination trap.
Yes.
When I have more time, then I'll start that business.
Right.
When I have more money, then I'll travel the world.
Exactly.
Oh, I am so guilty of this one.
Yeah, we all are. We all are.
So how do we break free from this someday thinking?
Well, the video emphasizes taking action now.
Okay.
Understanding that the perfect moment may never actually come.
Right.
And waiting for those ideal conditions, well, it just leads to inaction and missed opportunities.
It's like that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago.
Right.
The second best time is now.
Exactly. Exactly.
So the video talks about this idea of prototyping.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
I've heard the term, but I'm not really sure I understand how it applies to personal goals.
Yeah. So prototyping is essentially about starting small and experimenting.
Okay.
Instead of waiting for the perfect plan or all the resources to just magically appear,
right,
you take a small step. You learn from it, you adjust, and then you take another step.
Okay.
It's a process of continuous improvement.
Got it.
Through action.
So instead of getting bogged down in planning and preparation, I should just start taking action, even if it's imperfect.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the video, it actually highlights some iconic figures who embraced this action-oriented mindset, like Michael Jordan.
Right.
He famously said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed.
Wow.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed.
That's a powerful reminder that even the most successful people face setbacks. It's about how we respond to those setbacks that really determines our success.
You got it.
Okay.
And the video also shares the story of Walt Disney, where he was first starting out. He had very limited resources.
Right.
And he created Mickey Mouse with just scraps of paper and a borrowed camera.
Wow.
His story really shows us that Action creates opportunity.
So instead of waiting for the perfect conditions, we should just focus on taking action now, even if it's just starting small and imperfect, and trust that the right opportunities will show up along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a key principle of personal growth and success.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It is.
It's amazing how much power our language has and how these, these seemingly insignificant phrases that we say can really be shaping our reality.
It's true.
But I'm curious to hear your perspective on this.
Oh, okay, sure.
What stands out to you from these 4 phrases?
That's a good question. Let me think. You know what's really fascinating to me is how they kind of reveal those deep-seated beliefs that we often don't even realize are driving us,
Okay.
Like that just screams lack of self-belief.
Right.
And then it's like this whisper of a scarcity mindset, this idea that there's never enough I need, that's all about urgency and this feeling of being incomplete.
Right.
And then that when I have, then I will. Trap. That's just fear disguised as planning.
Oh, wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's sneaky like that.
So it's not just about positive thinking. It's about really digging deep and finding those limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And then replacing them with something more empowering.
Precisely. It's like we're upgrading our mental operating system.
Okay.
And, the examples in the video, like the Jim Carrey story with a check.
Right.
Those are great because they show what happens when you install that new belief before you see the results.
Okay.
That's the real shift.
But what about when those results just feel so far off?
Yeah.
It's easy to get discouraged and kind of fall back into those old thought patterns.
Absolutely. And it takes consistent effort, It's like training a muscle.
Right.
But the video also suggests some practical exercises,
Okay.
to help us stay on track.
Like what?
Well, remember that gratitude practice we talked about? Writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day?
Yeah.
It's simple, but it's actually rewiring our brain to focus on abundance instead of lack.
That makes me think about the whole I need trap.
Yeah.
If I'm always focused on what I need, I'm probably not going to notice
Right.
or appreciate what I already have.
Exactly. And that's what gratitude does. It shifts our perspective.
Okay.
It helps us reframe those I need thoughts into I'm grateful for statements.
Okay.
So instead of, I need more time, it becomes I'm grateful for the time that I have to spend with loved ones.
That's a powerful shift.
It is.
And it makes me wonder if we could apply this to other areas of our lives too.
Yeah.
Like instead of saying I need to be more confident, could I say I'm grateful for the moments when I feel confident?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's all about finding those little glimmers of what you want more of.
Right.
And then amplifying them through gratitude.
Okay.
The more you focus on those positive aspects, the more they'll grow.
So we're essentially training our brains to look for evidence that supports our desired beliefs. So if I'm grateful for those moments when I feel confident, my brain's going to start looking for more of those moments.
Exactly. And that leads to a more positive self-image, which then influences our behavior, right?
Right.
We start acting in ways that align with that confident self-image.
Yeah.
It's a positive feedback loop.
So for our listeners, why should they care about changing their language?
Well, the takeaway here is that your language is actually shaping your reality.
Wow.
Those little phrases we say, they might seem harmless, but they're actually programming your brain for specific outcomes. By becoming aware of those phrases and consciously choosing more empowering alternatives, you're taking control of your mindset, and ultimately your destiny.
It's like we've been given the keys to our own mental control panel.
Yeah.
And we can choose which programs we want to run.
I love that analogy. That's a good one.
Thanks.
And it reminds me of something we talked about earlier, prototyping. It's not about having this perfect plan or using the perfect language right from the start. It's about experimenting, adjusting, and continuously improving.
So if our listeners could only choose one of these phrases to work on today, which one would you recommend?
That's a tough one. They all kind of work together,
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, I'd say start with I can't.
Okay.
It's often the root of so many other limiting beliefs.
Why I can't specifically?
Because it's like a conversation ender,
Okay.
It just shuts down possibility before it even has a chance to get going.
Right.
But when you replace that with I can achieve this and I deserve it. It's like you're opening this door to a whole new world of possibilities.
So it's about shifting from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be like some massive life-altering goal.
Right.
Start small.
Okay.
Think about something you've been telling yourself you can't do. Maybe it's learning a new skill or speaking up at a meeting.
Right.
Or finally starting that creative project you've been putting off.
So what's a practical exercise that listeners can do right now to start replacing that I can't?
Okay, I'd say pick that one specific goal, that thing you've been avoiding because of those I can't thoughts.
Okay.
And write down the phrase I can't.
Okay.
Followed by the reason you believe it's true.
Okay. So for example, like, I can't start my own business because I don't have enough experience.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great example.
Okay.
Now here's the key.
Okay.
You're going to cross out can't and replace it with can achieve this and deserve it.
Okay.
So your new phrase is I can achieve, start my own business, and I deserve to be successful.
That's a big shift in perspective.
It is.
But it's not just about saying the words, right?
No.
It's about believing them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's about embodying that new belief and taking action from a place of confidence and worthiness.
Okay.
And, as you start taking action, you're probably going to come up against some challenges.
Right.
That's totally normal.
Yeah.
But instead of letting those setbacks reinforce the old I can't beliefs,
right.
I want you to try reframing those challenges as opportunities for learning and growth.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who are ready to ditch that I can't and really step into their full potential, remember this. You are capable of achieving amazing things.
Yes.
You are worthy of success. And you have the power to create the life you truly desire.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
It's all about believing in yourself and taking action.
Yeah.
The world is full of possibilities just waiting for you to seize them.
So what are you waiting for? Go out there and make it happen.
Right. And as you embark on this journey, this journey of personal growth and transformation, remember that you're not alone. We're all in this together.
We are.
Supporting each other every step of the way.
This has been such an inspiring conversation.
It has, hasn't it?
But before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought to ponder.
Ooh, I love this part. Always good to give them something to chew on.
If you could apply this, I can achieve this and I deserve it mindset to just one area of your life, what would it be?
Yeah, what's that one thing that's been holding you back,
Yeah.
How can you start breaking free from those limitations?
What's one tiny step you can take today to move toward that goal?
That's it.
We can't wait to hear about your journey. And until next time, keep those empowering phrases flowing.
Right.
And remember, you are capable of anything you set your mind to. It's really amazing how even like the tiniest changes to our language can have such a big impact on our mindset.
It is, isn't it? Like we've been handed the secret code to unlock this whole new level of potential, and anyone can use it.
Yeah, and it's not even just about, external achievements or anything like that.
Right.
It's about cultivating like inner peace and real fulfillment,
Absolutely. When we replace those negative self-talk patterns with something more empowering. It's like we're seeing ourselves in the world through this brighter lens.
Okay.
We become more resilient, when we face challenges.
Right.
And we kind of naturally attract more positive experiences into our lives.
So it's almost like we're raising our energetic frequency.
I love that. Yeah.
Aligning ourselves with abundance and possibility.
Yeah. And that reminds me of something we talked about earlier, the power of gratitude.
Oh, yeah. Gratitude is such a game changer.
It is.
When it comes to shifting from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance.
Right. It's about really appreciating what we have right now.
Yeah.
Instead of always focusing on what we lack. And the more we practice gratitude, the more we see just how much we have to be thankful for.
Yeah, it's like we're training our brains to zero in on the good stuff, which naturally leads to more happiness, more contentment.
And those positive feelings, they create this ripple effect,
Yeah.
It changes how we interact with others.
Right.
And it draws even more positivity into our lives.
It's a beautiful cycle.
It is.
And it all starts with making that choice to change our language, to change our thoughts,
right,
and ultimately change our beliefs about ourselves and the world.
Exactly. Taking ownership of that inner dialogue, choosing to focus on what's possible,
right,
instead of getting stuck in those limitations.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, I really want to encourage our listeners to embrace the power of their words.
Absolutely. Pay attention to the language that you're using,
Yeah.
both in your thoughts and in what you're saying out loud.
Right.
Are your words empowering you or are they holding you back?
And if you catch yourself, slipping back into those old negative patterns, don't beat yourself up about it.
Exactly.
Just gently guide your thoughts back to those empowering alternatives.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and just keep those positive vibes flowing.
Well said. And, if you're looking for more inspiration or support on your journey, check out the Awaken Your Potential YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
They've got tons of great videos, on personal growth and mindset and manifestation.
It's a fantastic resource for anyone who's ready to unlock their full potential and create a life they love.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you gain some valuable insights and tools, to empower your mindset and your life.
Absolutely. Until next time, keep thriving, keep shining,
Yes.
and remember, you are capable of amazing things.
We'll see you next time.